Hey, Onyx Singal here. All right, on behalf of everyone from Learn Nation, man, we are very proud of you for getting this far. Listen, it is now time to talk about launching and optimizing your ads. Yeah, we're already there. So now what we're going to do is you've gone through the types of ads, you've talked about creating your ads. Now it's time to get them up and running. So what are the best ways to create the ad, to launch the ad? But then even more than that. See, here's the deal. When you first start on Facebook, okay, about 20 to 30% of your ads have a chance at being successful. Usually they're not. 60, 70%, you'll have to spend just a little teeny bit of money and then just shut them down. Now, as you get more experience and you get to where I am, usually about 50 to 60% of my ads, sometimes up to 70% of my ads are successful right from the get-go. But I mean, guys, I've invested over $3.5 million in discovering these strategies, so that makes sense. But I'm going to give as many of those strategies over to you so that I can improve your chances. Here's what you're looking for. How do you quickly know if an ad has legs and it's going to work, and then scale it? What's the right way to scale it? Or how do you quickly know if an ad's going to stink and it's not going to work, and then you shut it off so you don't waste any more money on it? So we're going to give you all those strategies, all the rules that I've learned in the last 18 months of having invested over $3.5 million into Facebook. Are you ready for this? Remember, I keep reminding you, but we have an amazing workshop coming up that you got to be there, commit to it, immerse yourself in this content, and we'll tell you more about FB Academy, immersion, all right, certification, all right, community, coaching, help. It's all right in front of you. There's links right below this video. It's up to you if you want to get involved. It's up to you how serious, how committed you are to this process. All right, so without further ado, now let's talk about launching and optimizing your Facebook ads. I'm going to turn to my computer as usual, and let's make it happen. Let's do it. And here we are. Okay, launching and optimizing ads. Now this is, pretty important step, right? You got to get your ads up. The thing, though, is that I think one of the most important steps of having a very successful Facebook campaign or campaigns is this word right here, optimizing. Guys, listen, most of the time, I think 10 to 20% of the ads that you actually start are going to be successful, unless, you start to get experience and then it starts to go up. But even today with us, I personally have, 18 plus months of experience, and I've invested well over $3.5 million. And I still maybe get 50, 60% of my ads to work. So optimizing is key. And optimizing involves everything such as, scaling up, right? Scaling down, shutting off, and then also just changing, or what I should say is learning and optimizing the demographics. So I'm going to share with you some really cool stuff that will probably blow your mind when we look at optimizing ads. But first, what I wanted to do was just go basically launch a practice ad, okay? And kind of walk you through what all the different elements of the process mean. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. I'm going to log into one of my accounts that we're running ads in. And I had actually shown you this account yesterday when I was recording one of the prior videos, and you'll see just in one day what we did with the account. We scaled it so fast. I'll actually show you that. It's pretty neat. So let's just dive in to do that. Now remember, again, this is a pretty big topic, okay? Optimizing an ad inside of FB Academy is actually an entire freaking module, plus, all the continuity training that we will do in that. So I'm going to give you I'll give you the foundation, the framework. I'll give you stuff that you could truly start with and work with and use and utilize. But if you're really serious about this, if you're going to spend even $50 a day on Facebook or $20 a day, trust me, it makes all the sense in the world to first get the proper certification from us inside FB Academy before you go off doing that. It'll just make it that much more effective, all right? But let's go launch some ads. So check this out. This is an account that I showed you yesterday, and I had shown you how it was not doing much. We hadn't done anything with it for a little while. And then yesterday, we took it straight up to $4,000 almost, and today it'll probably hit 5. Let's see, it's around, I think the time I'm recording this, it's around 10 a.m. and we're already at $700 in. So, and we're doing this very, very profitably, by the way, very profitably. And we'll dive into the details of that a little bit later. I'll show you during the time when I talk about optimizing. I'm going to share with you kind of all the cool reporting that you can pull from Facebook, and that's all very powerful stuff. All right, so let's just go right over here. Once you've created your account and you've logged in, you just click on Create Ad, and we're going to start all over again. All right, so first and foremost, you remember we talked about objectives, right? And I told you that Facebook can't even let you launch an ad without first knowing your objectives. So they really break objectives down into three basic categories. There's awareness, there's consideration, and then there's conversion. And I can tell you right now, if you're watching this, you're not in the awareness section. Brand awareness and reach are really for big companies that are going to just do brand campaigns, and it's fine. And you might be in a place where you want to, but I've never met anyone in the interactive marketing or direct marketing space that wants to spend money on awareness. So that's out. Now, consideration, let's look at that. Traffic. This is when you're paying for clicks. Now, remember what I said about that. I don't like it. Unless you're going after a very small, segmented, custom audience, I don't like this one at all. Engagement, I love this one. So this is where you are telling Facebook to optimize by people who will engage with your ad. They'll click like, comment, share, click the links. So that's a good one. App installs, great if you have an app. I don't have any apps and I've never used this one. Video views, another pretty decent one. So it's not nearly as bad as traffic, but it's not nearly as good as engagement as well. But video views can work if you're doing a retargeting branding campaign. So not branding the way it means here, but let's say I've got this video that introduces a topic. Maybe I got like a training video for 10 minutes and I want to make an ad out of it. Well, I can boost it on Facebook by video views so I get the cheapest views, and then build a custom audience of all the people who watch at least a minute of it. That way I can retarget those people with other ads since they've now become a warm audience, all right? Lead generation are these kinds of leads that Facebook started allowing you to do, where literally someone can register for your list or your event or whatever right on Facebook. So if Facebook will actually pull their email address out of Facebook and give it to you, they don't have to fill in their email address. It's pretty awesome, but it involves some other additional software, and I gotta be honest with you, we don't do any of it right now. We've dipped our feet in it a few times and never had like ridiculously amazing results, so I don't really bother with it too much. Conversion is awesome. So these are what probably run 80% of our ads are conversions based. So we let Facebook, knows who's going to convert and who isn't, and we just let them kind of figure it out for us. And then product catalog sales and store visits, guys, I've never done anything with, don't even know how they function. This is really for e-com and local businesses. I've never even heard any of the Facebook guys that I talk to talk about them, so I can't tell you much about them right now. Let's just click on conversions, and then we'll just put on Onic demo test. All right, so just for now, and then I'm going to hit continue. So I just gave it a name, that's all I did, and now I have to give it an ad set name, so I'll just say Onic demo test mail. So what I'm going to go through here is it's going to say, okay, what do you want to optimize by? Now, in this particular account, I just know this, we're actually using the purchase pixel, and so I want to optimize it by the purchase pixel. Okay, so that's it. I just have to hit that, and it's already there. Basically, it already knew that's what I'm doing. I can leave this off. I don't want to create an offer. Audience. Okay. If I have a custom audience, meaning if I've got a group of people that I've put uploaded an email list, or if I have website visitors or whatever, then I can easily just select that here. It'll come up. Like, you'll see all my custom audiences. Like, example, if I just wanted to go after people who've bought Inbox Blueprint, that's 3,400 people or whatever. I could do that, but that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to leave custom audiences out. Locations, typically, you want to know what countries are going after. You can get really cheap clicks from some countries, but they'll never buy. So in this case, we just want to go after United States. So I leave that alone. And it tells you that in the United States, you have a potential reach of 225 million people. That's how many people in the United States are basically registered to have an account with Facebook. All right, then I say age group. I usually want to go like 30 and above. It just depends, but, anyone below 30 typically doesn't have the money. So now you'll see that it dropped your potential reach over here down to 148 million people. And so we'll keep going down. And so 30 to 65, I only want to go after men. Okay, so I just do that. Drops my reach to 67 million. And since my ad's going to be in English, I just want to have only English-speaking people. Drops me down to 61 million people, so I lost about 6 million people there. But that's fine, that's perfect. And then detailed targeting. So this is, guys, where you can choose like demographics, interests, behaviors. What is it? So let's say for me, I just want to go over, I just want to target people who follow me. And I have no idea why this number does not change. So this is an issue even happening in the prior video you saw yesterday. Facebook was still having it. The potential reach is supposed to change when you put the interest in. So the interest, it should have dropped a lot. It should have dropped down to like 100,000. But it didn't. Now, I can also exclude people. So check this out. If I already have a list of customers or a list of people that are subscribers, why waste money showing them the ad again, right? So I can actually upload that list of people, create a custom audience, and then simply go here and exclude them. Or let's say I'm already running an ad that targets, I don't know, Frank Kern. I keep picking on Frank, but so in that case, I can say, you know what, exclude anybody who likes Frank Kern, because I know I've already got an ad that I'm running to him, so why double dip it? So I want to run now ads only to people who follow Onyx and Gall, but that do not follow, only people who do not follow Frank Kern and follow Onyx and Gall. All right, I leave the rest of it alone. Connections, if you have a big Facebook page, like I have a Facebook page of 300,000 plus people, so I do use this sometimes. So this allows you to basically say, people who like my page, show them the ad. So you can essentially bypass the interest in targeting. You can also save the audience, so that way you can save it with a name here. And in the future, you can come back and just pick it out. You don't have to keep filling this all stuff out. All right, never, ever, 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 ever do their automatic placements. Facebook's very sneaky. Don't do that. You always want to do edit placements. All right, you do not want to do audience network. Just shut it off. I have never made an ad work there. Instagram, some people have started making it work, not me, so I turn it off. Facebook, I do not like. I can leave all of these on potentially. Right column, there's a debate out there about it. Instant articles, there's a debate. Really, if you want to start and just keep it super safe and want to use your money in the best place, turn these off as well and just stick with feeds. That'll give you basically mobile and desktop. If you want to turn one of those off, then you can hit specific mobile devices, and then that allows you to basically change it so that it's only showing on mobile or desktop. Over here, it simply says budget. You can either do a lifetime budget or a daily budget. I've never done lifetime budget. I just do daily budget. So I put $20 here. You can put as low as $5. And then I almost always leave it on, run my ad continuously starting today. I don't really do a lot of end dates. Some people do. I'm not a big fan of it. And it just tells you that, hey, you're going to spend $140 this week. But you could shut it off tomorrow and then only have spent $20. So it's fine. It's not like they're going to force you to spend that. So now it comes to this optimization for ad delivery. See, you can basically tell Facebook, how do you want them to optimize showing your ad to people? And in this case, because we did a conversion-based ad, I would leave it on conversions, okay? You could, optimize it by link clicks, but that, like I told you, it's not great. Now, here's something that is pretty neat, okay? And so when you're first starting a new ad and you have no conversions, no one's actually converted yet, you can click this little button to optimize for link clicks until there's enough data to optimize for conversions. So what it'll do is it'll keep going, it'll keep optimizing by link clicks until you have enough conversions. It will itself then flip over when it's time. Conversion window, I usually leave it for 1 day. I'll tell you why. Because most of our stuff, is opt-in and all of that. Now, in this case, there's actually a little bit of a longer purchase process, so I might leave it for 7 days. That's why it's default to 7. But if you're just doing an opt-in or something like that, then you don't really want Facebook to keep checking for 7 days. I mean, usually people opt in right away. Bid amount, I just do automatic. There's some recent knowledge coming through, some recent research. People are saying they're doing well with manual, but I just do automatic. I leave the rest of it all alone. And then I just hit continue. And really here is where you create the ad. So it says, do you want to create a new ad? If you want to create a new ad, you just use this little tool here. You upload your image, you type your URL, you type your headline, your text, and whatever you type in, by the way, it's going to start showing it to you here in the news feed. All right, so it kind of so I can just choose an image. Let's just say I chose. They offer free images, by the way. So, well, they do, but it's not really playing nice right now. I'll just go to the image library, choose one of mine. All right, there we go. All right, so notice how it's starting to build the ad, right? So I can kind of use this, and as I type stuff, it'll start building the ad, and I can basically say, I don't want learn more, I want apply now, and then it'll change the button, and it'll show me what it looks like, and then I can change the description here. Add that, and it'll change the ad and show me. So right now it's showing me what it looks like on mobile, but I could change it to show me what it looks like on desktop as well. So I use that to keep building it. Guys, and when you're done, you just hit place order. That's it. It's as simple as that. Or you go up here and you simply choose use existing post, and now it's going to look for page posts that you've made on the page. So, like, for example, I've already made this post over at this page, and so I can just select that. It's already selected it. Here's all the different posts I have. I can just select that one and then just go to the bottom and hit place order, and we are off to the races. There you go. That is how you launch an ad. So now let's talk about how we optimize an ad. Okay, so first rule of optimization that I want to go over is never, ever, ever change an ad after it started running. So that sounds kind of strange, right? Like, how do you optimize an ad without changing it? Well, the only thing you can change on an ad is its budget. If it's at 20 and you want to take it up to 24, 22, or whatever, go for it. But you cannot go in there and change its targeting or change anything about it, because Facebook all works off of algorithms. And if an ad starts to do well, that's because Facebook has gone through the algorithms and decided what portion of their audience they want to show your ad to. You make one tiny change, you wipe all that out. And all of a sudden, they kind of had to start fresh. And so for a while, your ads are going to suck again, and they may never recover. So what I always say is, if you're learning new information, maybe you're starting to learn, like, crap, this ad, does really well with men, but doesn't do very well with women. Then instead of trying to edit that ad, start a new ad. Same ad, copy paste the same ad, but only target women. And over time, the other ad, you can start to bring it down, like bring the budget down, and then eventually kill it while you bring the budget for the women up. So a new ad, not changing the existing ad. The only thing you can change is the budget. And even on that, I have a 10% rule that most Facebook marketers follow for the budget. All right. Now, there are some gray areas. So let's say your ad budget is $10, okay? And it's doing really well. At any given time, do not increase it or change it by 10% is what the rule says. But when it's 10, if you go to 12, it's not going to kill it. When it's 20 and you go to 24, it's okay. The difference, the 10% really kicks in when you're at like $50. By that point, you don't want to go to 60, you want to go to 55. Look, every time you expand the budget, you want to make sure you don't expand it by so much that Facebook says, instead of showing this ad to more people, I'll just charge them more. And that can happen sometimes. If all of a sudden you take an ad that's budgeted at $50 and you take it to $100, Facebook is going to have to change the audience to which it targets, hence probably making it more untargeted, hence charging more. Okay? The way to do this, if you want to scale quicker, there are some awesome ways to do it. We go over inside of FB Academy. You don't only have to scale 10% at a time. There's some really cool and neat ways to scale really quickly. I mean, just look at what we did yesterday. We took an account from zero spend the day before to $4,000 in one day. So there are ways to scale aggressively, very aggressively, but upping the same ads budget by 10% is the best you can do. So it's not that way. You can't change a budget of an existing ad to make that happen. All right. Now there are. We're going to go over something called. So let's go over something called circle of targeting. I go over this in much greater detail inside of the Facebook, inside of FB Academy, but I'll go over a little bit with you here. And then last but not least, we're going to go over report analysis, and I'll actually go ahead and pull up some cool reports for you and show you how they work. So if you go to the circle of targeting, I always do this, okay? And so I'm going to keep it smaller just because we don't have space to write. And I'm just going to color it. So this is red. And so I'll say, I'll create a little legend here. And then, this is green. That. Okay. And then we'll say that this is blue. And then we'll say that this rest out here is black. And so that's black. All right, so let's go over what these stand for. Red is hot audience. These are your best audiences. These are the ones that know you, like you the most, etc., etc., okay? Green is your warm audiences. Blue is your lukewarm audiences. And black is going to basically be your cold audiences. Okay? So this is how I figure out when I want to scale. I go in to out. My first ads typically are going to start in this hot audience. Now, as you scale, like where we are now, we're investing $400,000 a month, we actually, believe it or not, have to flip. We have to actually go out to in, but not you, okay? The reason I say not you is because you are not near that budget. So when you're just at a budget of spending a couple $100 or whatever a day and you're going to get your feet wet and then start scaling, you always want to start with the hottest audience first and go. So let's say you built an ad, all right, say an image ad. You want to start with a hot audience. If it's working well, then you scale it out to warm audiences. And then you scale it out to lukewarm audiences. And only then do you get to cold. And what you're going to realize is probably only 10% of your ads, maybe 5 to 10% of your ads will actually ever survive in cold. As you go down, it's going to, like, less ads will work in warm and then even more or less will work in lukewarm. Now, if you're wondering what kind of audiences are hot, so hot is going to usually be your custom audiences. So you've got people that are on your list, people that have followed you, people that have been to your website. You're going to have people that are following your Facebook page using the connect features or are interested directly in you. Those are going to be your hot. Your warm are going to be interests. For example, let me give you for example, okay, I've been, let's pick another marketer, Mike Filsaime, okay? Someone who follows Mike Filsaime is probably going to be a warm audience for me. There's a good chance they've heard of my name because of all the stuff I've done with Mike. They're in the same industry. They're obviously interested in internet marketing if they follow Mike, and that's what I teach. So they're considered a warm audience. Now, a lukewarm audience could be someone like Robert Kiyosaki. All right, why? Well, Robert Kiyosaki's got a huge following, not necessarily internet marketing, but mostly people who want to make more money, people who want to be entrepreneurs. That's pretty fitting. Plus, he's done some interviews with me. He's talked about me on his wall, on his list. That's a lukewarm audience. Those people may have heard of me. And then cold is like, and then another lukewarm example is doing like lookalikes, right? A lookalike, depending on what kind of lookalike it is, can also be a warm audience. Lookalike audiences can also be a warm audience. And a cold would just be straight, like if I went after a keyword like, affiliate marketing. I mean, that's a cold, that's a generic interest or, things like that. So you want to make sure when you're first starting and you're doing this, you want to make sure your ad's working hot, then can go to warm, and then can go to lukewarm, and then can go to cold. All right? Now, let's move on and let's go into doing some of the report analysis. This part's kind of fun. So I'm going to get out of this. Let's just go back to Ads Manager. Let's go to campaign level. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go right over here to columns, okay? And I'm going to do, first things first, is I'm going to go to customize columns. And what I want to do is build my own little report. It's called analysis. Okay. And let's see all the things I want and don't want. Like, I don't really care for results. I don't care for reach. I don't care for cost per result. Budget is good. Amount spent is good. Ends doesn't matter. Schedule doesn't matter. Relevant score is good. Link clicks is good. Website purchases is good. Website purchases is actually, my transaction. Now, here are some of the other things. What were some of the other things I told you we want? We want CTR. All right. Nope, that's not what I wanted. CTR. All right. We want CPM. All right. We want. That's good enough for now. Let me just show you how to review this. All right. So let me move this stuff around too, because you can drag things around here. So you can go link clicks. You can bring that down. You can bring probably right there. And then there you go. All right, so let's hit apply. Okay, so now you could see here for all of these campaigns that I've got running right now, I can also go and do a filter. Well, I can do a filter and basically say only show me my active ads, but all right, so it's only going to show me active. So 17 active campaigns that are going on right now. And I only want to see, let's just say I only want to see yesterday because we had a good amount of spend yesterday. So it's pulling up all the data. All right, so my click-through rate was actually freaking pretty bad. On some of my ads, my click-through rate was 0.06%, 0.09%, 0.24%. Remember, you want to try to be around 1%, as close as possible. So it's probably going to mean my cost per click is a lot. But also, I know for a fact that this ad has been running for a long time. And so if you look at it, you'll see my cost per 1,000 impressions is still doing all right. And sometimes it's weird. Look at this. This is so ironic. I have the best click-through right here, and they're charging me the most for CPM. Go figure. No one understands how Facebook thinks or what they do. So link clicks, I got 437 link clicks yesterday. If you look at my cost per link click, it's freaking through the roof. But I don't really care because, let me tell you what else happened. I was able to get 24 applications to one of our high-ticket programs. Now, each application to us over a lot of data we've discovered is worth $700. Exactly, okay? It's worth $700. It's actually like $750, but we'll just say $700. So really, if I do 24 times 700, I believe the revenue that I generated, basically as the sales process kind of tails out, will be closer to the tune of $16,800. And I spent $39. That's perfect. It makes perfect sense. Didn't I show you guys how I'm doing between 300 to 400% ROI on my Facebook ads? So there you go. Those 24 times 700 is 16,800, which is about a 400% return from what I invested yesterday. And this is going to happen again today. It's going to invest another $4,000 or $5,000, and I'm going to come around and do pretty much the same number. So really, in the end of the day, I don't care about this data as much as I do about my end conversion data. But over time, I am a little concerned about this. Like, what this data is showing me is it's time for us to get a new ad. My click-through rates are going too low. Facebook's not going to be happy with that over the course of time. Okay? Now, check out this really cool part that you can do. This is the last part of the analysis and optimization that I want to go over in this video for you. And of course, we get into much more detail in our programs. But go to breakdown. Look at what you can do. Gender. So check this out. This is awesome. So this ad, okay, this ad has double the click-through rate with men than it does with women. And look at this. All of my sales yesterday came in from men only for this ad, not women. All right, then you go down further and you look at the second ad and you're like, whoa, only men. I got one and it was only male. Huh. So I keep looking down. Another one here, only male. Huh. Another one here, only male. So you see a little trend showing up, and I'm actually going to call my team right after this to look at this. Again, 4-to-1 male. Right? Again. Now, 6 male, none female. I've had 1 out of all my ads so far. This is friggin' ridiculous. All right, so what does that tell me? That tells me I am wasting money showing this ad to women right now. It's not appealing to them. They're clicking, but they're not clicking as much either. So let's show, for example, here, 60 clicks versus 26, all right? But they at least had 26 clicks, so I see a double problem. I see a problem that basically they're less interested to begin with, and then when they get to the page, they're even more less interested. So I have a problem with my ad, and I have a problem with my page. It's just not working for women. But check out how Facebook recognizes that. Facebook knows it's not working to women, so it didn't spend an even Steven amount. It spent more money to men yesterday than it did to women on its own. All right, and over time, it'll continue to do that as it learns this. So one of the first things I would do with this data now is I would go to my team and say, guys, can you please research for the past 30 days and see if this has been a trend or if this was just a one-day fluke? But imagine what I would be able to do. Just with this data alone on this ad, if I just recreate these ads to only target men, I could actually cut my cost by half. Just think about that. So yesterday, I could have done the exact same number of sales and leads for $2,000, not $4,000. And my ROI would be friggin' like 800%. That's nuts, right? You can do all kinds of breakdowns here. So you can also look at it by age. Okay, so that'll be the next thing you look at. So you can again see, like here, I had nothing from 18 to 24. I had nothing from 65 plus, but I had some in between. And I bet you're gonna start to see data that's gonna be overwhelmingly showing that 18 to 24 is not working. All right, and 65 plus is not working. So we should stop spending money on those guys. And we should expand even more budget on the ones that are working. So from this, what it shows me is 25 to 64. 25 to 64 males are where I should be spending this money. Can you believe it? Look how cool that is. So once you've run your ads for a few days, the amount of data that you pick up and catch on to is awesome. We can even go, well, there's no point to do country because I am only targeting these to US, but I could try to do region, see what happens. This will be a pretty tough data for it to run because for every campaign, it's going to have to pull up the country. So to do specifically state by state, you want to go into one campaign. Right now, it's trying to pull up the data for 17 campaigns state by state and onto the one page, which is making it tough. Now, already you can see, California's kicking ass. But look at this. Alabama, $3. California, $50. Facebook knows. Facebook already knows, and they're spending more money for me on my behalf inside of California because they just know that that's a better location for me. I can do platform. Sorry, not platform. I meant to do, I think device. Let's try this one. Yep, there we go. So check this out. Let's see here. Of these 6 in this ad, 5 came from Android smartphones. And look at my CTR. It was freaking quadruple. My conversions, 5 out of 15 clicks there. Huh? That's interesting. All right, let's keep looking at other ones. Android tablet. Now this one, Android smartphone, not so much. Right? So this one might just be one of those flukes, and it's not really something that I need to get excited about and find trends. But the other ones, I was finding clear trends. But you can look at all the levels of breakdowns, guys. Time of day. By action, by time. You can do all kinds of breakdowns. It's nuts. So what this allows you to do is truly nail down the specific Facebook targeting that's really working, and then you can start to really optimize your ads and crush it. All right, if you're getting a tremendous amount of value from what we've been teaching, guys, we're going to move into case studies now. Let me tell you something. This is just a scratch of the surface. I have so many amazing things that I can share with you and show you and teach you about how to dominate with Facebook. All you need to do is look right below this video. Get involved. Get into the workshop. Join FB Academy and let's do this. Let's get in, and let's get you certified. Let's get you to the point where you could probably even be helping other people manage their Facebook accounts and make money from it. You could be doing your own stuff. You could be helping local businesses. You can essentially dominate. Look, if you can figure out Facebook and copywriting, these are the 2 things that you need to be able to figure out. Copywriting, we already have Copywriting Academy. Facebook, now we have FB Academy. So with these 2 things combined, I'm telling you, you have the only 2 skills that are needed to be a millionaire or a billionaire. After that, you cannot go broke because you can, worst case, consult out to other people. That's why we built these 2 programs first, because they in themselves can help pave a lot of paths, all right? So click the links below, guys. Get involved. See you inside the workshop. This is Anik Singhal. Hats off to you, reminding you when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the freaking high. Whoa, I messed up my own sentence. When life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. All right, on behalf of everybody here at Learn Nation and the Learn family, I want to congratulate you for getting this far in. I'll see you on the workshop. I'll see you inside of FB Academy. This is Anik Singhal. Till next time.